A U.S. district judge on Monday gave the Trump administration 2 days to respond to Illinois' legal challenge over the deployment of hundreds of federalized National Guard troops to Chicago. Even as government lawyers confirmed that some forces were already en route from Texas. The Illinois lawsuit, filed by the Democratic-led state and the city of Chicago, calls deployment unlawful and dangerous. It marks the fourth legal action challenging President Donald Trump's unprecedented use of military forces in U.S. cities, which state leaders say oversteps his authority and violates the Constitution's 10th Amendment.
I think of ICE is the President Trump way of cleaning up and, giving the citizens, that the people that's here that want to be here, a chance to get in because they got so much connection, they throwing us away. We take us forever just to get one thing, and they just get everything. That's what I feel, but some of them are nice because they live in our area.
It's kind of bullshit, but I don't know, man. I want to get into that.
So what I think that is terrible, I've been here like 5 months. I'm new in this city. I love the country, I love the city, I love the Chicago style. But I think that Trump is not a good decision because I've been learning the history of the country, and I know that the Chicago is like an immigrant city, born like that. So it's something contradictory to send or make propaganda about the immigrants are bad or they are destroying our country. So it's a little ridiculous.
And the National Guard, I feel like Chicago have been really violent in every neighborhood, even downtown. And they just doing too much. They shooting, they robbing. You can't even sit on your front porch no more. People just getting shot right in front of your face. So I do feel like he's doing the right thing.
Could be good and bad. I mean, crime might go down a little bit, but now people won't feel safe walking around. I don't know, man.
It's racist. That's racist. And the president taking these choices is a little bit, again, ridiculous.
Back up! Back up! Who's that? Game on now! Hey! Let's go! Pushing back others. Behind you, Jim. Get back.
Governor J.B. Pritzker accused Trump of escalating tensions by sending troops to supplement heavily armed federal agents already in Chicago, alleging they have used tear gas and rubber bullets on peaceful protesters. Donald Trump is using our service member as political props, Pritzker said.
Let me be clear. Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities. I want to thank Attorney General Kwame Raoul and his staff, along with my General Counsel Ann Spillane and our excellent Governor's Office legal team, for working tirelessly for weeks now to prepare federal lawsuits in anticipation of this unconstitutional invasion of Illinois by the federal government. Since the beginning of this invasion, families have been snatched up off the streets or removed from their homes, zip-tied and detained for hours, including especially U.S. citizens and legal residents of our state. And in the words of CBP Chief Patrol Agent Greg Bavino, they're being chosen by how they look. I refuse to let Donald Trump, Kristi Noem, and Gregory Bavino continue on this march toward autocracy. Their plan all along has been to cause chaos and then they can use that chaos to consolidate Donald Trump's power. They think they can fool us all into thinking that the way to get out of this crisis that they created is to give them free rein. Well, that plan will only work if we let it. The state of Illinois is going to use every lever at our disposal to resist this power grab and get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid, and I won't back down.
In the more than 40 lawsuits we have filed challenging the Trump administration's unlawful actions, we've explained that the executive branch has to follow the law. A president cannot go beyond the authority granted by Congress with regards to deploying the National Guard. And there is no need or justification for a militarized response to anything going on in Chicago. It is unfair to National Guardsmen. It is unfair to local law enforcement. And it is certainly unfair to the law-abiding citizens of Illinois who do not want to be subject to military occupation.
I've promised that the city of Chicago will do everything in our power to protect the constitutional rights of all Chicagoans. This lawsuit is the latest demonstration of our commitment. Let me be absolutely clear. The president is not sending military troops to Chicago to keep us safe. We know this because Trump has a history of targeting Chicago. Chicago will not be used as a political prop. Chicago will not be intimidated, and we will not be silent. And to our residents, know that we are fighting for you and using every legal avenue to protect your rights, dignity, and your humanity.
But I have been very clear that he should withdraw his approval of the president calling up his Texas National Guard. And again, Governor Abbott should stay the hell out of Illinois' business. Are really aimed at exactly that. So, thank you all very much.
Well, I'd do it if it was necessary. So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean, I want to make sure that people aren't killed. We have to make sure that our cities are safe. And it's turning out, and we started with D.C. It's been so successful.
The federal government and the Native Alaska corporations, we would expect that construction would begin.
Very severe. We're going to have very severe. We're going to find out who's going after our federal agents. So when you look at Chicago, they've had probably 50 murders in the last 6 or 7 months, 8 months. Many, many people shot, like 30, 40, 50 people shot. Didn't die, but they've been shot. It's like a war zone. And then I listen to the governor and the mayor get up and say how they have it under control. They don't. It's probably worse than almost any city in the world. You can go to Afghanistan. You can go to a lot of different places, and they probably marvel at how much crime we have.
And again, it's going to generate revenue for the American people and for the citizens of Alaska, as opposed to
I mean, we had a week in Chicago where 11 people were murdered and 38 people were shot. And then we have a governor get up and say, oh, it's safe, we can handle it. He can't handle it. He's an incompetent guy. That's why they threw him out of the family business. They threw him out. I knew the family business very well, and they threw him out. And now he's a governor. And he should say, we'd love to have a safer place. Chicago's a great city potentially. You know, I told you, the head of the Union Pacific Railroad said, sir, save Chicago. It's a great city. It's going to be lost if you don't do it. We have no choice but to do this. And when judges give us rulings that, you know, you don't have to do it, Portland is on fire. Portland's been on fire for years. And not so much saving it. We have to save something else, because I think that's all insurrection. I really think that's really criminal insurrection. So I appreciate the question. These are unsafe places. We're going to make them safe. And Biden unsigned it for me. This was something that...
Trump, in response, defended the move, calling Chicago like a war zone. The lawsuit argues that the administration has not met the legal condition to federalize Illinois' National Guard, and that the decision violates the Posse Comitatus Act, which restricts the use of the military for domestic law enforcement. Judge April Perry allowed the deployment to proceed for now, saying the government has until Wednesday to respond, but voiced concern over officials' inability to explain where and how the troops would be used.